If you're tired of sitting in traffic, waiting on buses, or walking across the campus, you've probably thought about getting an electric scooter. This is the iScooter i8M. It promises to be the ultimate lightweight daily commuter without breaking the bank. But is it actually worth your hard-earned cash? Let's break down the specs, real-world performance, and who this scooter is actually for. Right out of the gate, let's talk about what moves this thing. The i8M is packing a 350 watt brushless front wheel motor. What does that mean for you? It gives you a top speed of 19 miles per hour, and it features 3 distinct speed modes. A gentle 6 miles per hour for crowded sidewalks, 12 miles per hour for casual cruising, and the full 19 miles per hour when you're running late. Now for the battery. It runs on a 36-volt system that gives you a maximum range of 15 miles on a single charge, and it takes about 4 to 5 hours to fully recharge from dead, meaning you can easily plug it in at your desk or class and have it fully charged before it's time to head home. Plus, it can conquer inclines up to 15 degrees, so minor hills won't leave you pushing. One of the biggest selling points of the i8M is its portability. This thing is an absolute featherweight in the e-scooter world, coming in at just 27.7 pounds. It features an incredibly simple 3-step manual folding mechanism. Even though it is light, it doesn't sacrifice strength. The frame is built to hold a maximum rider weight of 264 pounds. So how does this scooter actually feel to ride? This iScooter i8M is equipped with a pair of 8.5-inch pneumatic road tires. Because they're filled with air, it gives you a natural layer of shock absorption over those annoying sidewalk cracks and rough pavement. When it comes to stopping, safety is key. The i8M uses a dual braking system, a mechanical disc brake in the rear, paired with an EABS electronic brake up front. Pulling the brake lever gives you instant controlled stopping power. For riding at night, you've got a bright built-in LED headlight and a rear tail light and a flashing brake light so drivers can actually see you. It also comes with an IP54 water resistance rating. Right in the middle of the handlebars, you get a crystal clear LED display that shows your current speed, your battery life, and your riding mode at a quick glance. It also features a built-in cruise control for those long straight paths. All the functions are operated with the power button here. To turn on the headlight, you press it once, turns your headlight on and off. To change the speed modes, you double press it rapidly. Now for the ride test. For the first test, we're gonna go and check out the speeds of each setting. Slow, medium, and high. And I do want to mention that there is also one other setting. It's called the walk mode, which you can get into, so it keeps you at a steady pace. Then we'll follow up with a acceleration test, followed by a braking test. Then we'll do an incline test to see how much power the scooter has. And finally, we'll finish off with an overall ride and handling ability of this electric scooter. So we're gonna start off in the eco mode and see what top speed is on this. Eco mode tops out at 6 miles per hour, 7 miles per hour. Scooter is saying 10. Now we'll put it into the next mode. See what top speed is here. (12 to 13 miles per hour. Finally, we'll go into sport mode, or the highest mode speed setting, and see if we can hit that 19 miles per hour. We actually hit a little 20 for a second there. All right. Now we're gonna come to a complete stop. We're gonna leave it in setting 3, which is your highest speed setting, sport mode, and see how quickly this accelerates up to 19 miles per hour. And here we go. It's not too bad overall. For an entry-level scooter, the torque is pretty decent. All right, we're gonna turn around here. We're gonna get it up to top speed, and then we're gonna do a brake test. All right, here we go. "13 miles per hour. We're headed into a strong wind here, so we're gonna only get up to 15, maybe 16, and we'll hit the brakes right now. Woo! Wow, she squealed the tires. We actually left a black mark here. I'll show you guys that. The brakes lock up pretty good on this electric scooter. I don't know if you guys can see that, but I left quite a skid mark right there. So the brakes do work as stated. All right, now we're gonna go and do an incline test here. I've done this hill incline test on my other scooter reviews. And this here just tells us overall how much power the scooter has going up these hills. And for reference, I'm 155 pounds and 5'10". So all right, here we go. We have it in setting number 3. Up to 13. Let's see if we're starting to get to the hill here. 15, we're still climbing coming into this hill. 16. 17. We're at the steepest part of the hill now. Starting to lose just a little bit of speed. It's holding in there right at 14 to 16 miles per hour. And now we're coming to the crest of the hill. We should start gaining speed again. And my apologies for earlier when I did say the scooter was showing 10 and we were only doing a little bit slower speed. The scooter setting is in kilometers. I'll have to get that changed into miles per hour. So my apologies there. All right, now let's just go and do an overall, let's put her in a slower mode here. We'll go in setting number 2, which is your medium speed. And we're just gonna do an overall handling test here. See how this handles. We don't want to get too crazy here and have a burnout. Scooter handles decent. Tires are grippy. I don't feel like I'm going to lose control at all. Let's see how tight this thing can torque. That's great. And I dropped my phone. I hope it didn't break. Phone came out of the case here. That's not good. Phone looks okay. All right. Okay. What I wanted to do was a corner. What I want to try now is a turning radius. See how short we can turn and how it handles in the turns here. Oh, it handles decent. Now let's see if we can do a turn within our lane. Oh man, this thing really turns short. Really turns really short radius. Some of the other scooters I've tested don't turn quite as short as this one. The pneumatic tires, when I'm jumping up and down here on the platform, feel decent. They absorb any bumps in the roads, although this road is fairly smooth. The platform is wide enough for my feet, and it does have a rubber non-slip grip pad on here, so that's nice. I don't feel like my feet are gonna slip off. Traction is good, stability is good. We hit a couple of wood chips in the road here. I could feel them. I do not believe, no, there's no suspension in this scooter, so you're just depending on the pneumatic tires to absorb all your impacts. So overall, the ride feels comfortable. The handlebar height is at a pretty decent height for me. Like I said, I'm 5'10". The brake is responsive. It's not, if you don't squeeze it real hard, it does not lock up the tires like I showed you earlier. Now we gotta check out the bell here. See how this bell sounds. All right, it's just one of those spring-loaded bells. Nice and loud. If you guys enjoyed this video, the easiest way to help support my channel is by giving this video a thumbs up. I appreciate it, and I appreciate you guys viewing my channel, watching my videos, and supporting me. A lot of these videos take a lot of time and effort to put together. You got a lot of planning involved, a lot of different video shots. You always have your batteries going dead at the worst time. Drop your phone like I just did back there. Anything can happen, so I'd appreciate it if you guys give this video a thumbs up and help support my channel. If you guys are interested in this scooter, I'll have a link in the description. All right, now for the final test, a little gravel. Let's see if we can get her to burn here a little bit. Oh yeah. See how it handles on gravel. And then let's take it back here on this rough terrain here and see how it feels going over these bumps and handles it in the grass. There's my robotic lawnmower sitting there. Ooh, little bumpy over here. I need to roll my lawn. Overall, it handles the bumps pretty decent. When you open the box, iScooter gives you everything you need to get rolling. You have the scooter itself, the charger, the screws and hex wrench, and they even throw in a spare inflatable inner tube, just in case of the event that you would ever catch a flat. Assembly should take no longer than 2 minutes. Just slide the wires in carefully and insert the hex screws into the slots on both sides of the handlebars. So what's the final verdict? If you're looking for a hardcore off-road machine to tackle giant mountains or to hit those top speeds of 40 miles per hour, this probably isn't the right scooter for you. But if you're looking for an incredibly reliable, lightweight, compact electric scooter for those short daily commutes to back in school, possibly work, or just for enjoyment, then this iScooter i8M is your perfect match. If you guys are interested in checking out this electric scooter for yourselves, I'll leave a link down in the description. If you guys have any questions or have any experience with this electric scooter, please feel free to share this with us down in the comments below. As always, thanks for watching, and remember to get outdoors with Deano.